Dina, my dear sister Dina Tokio, I am just so disappointed in the Muslim community. Assalamualaikum, ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban. Welcome back to Duni's World. So it has been brought to my attention that certain public figures have decided to make a drastic change. Well, not that drastic, but a small change in their appearance. And everyone decided to come for them because she clapped back and, you know, told people that everything is starting to be like a toxic cult. And you know what the funny thing about that is? You did not disappoint her. You didn't disappoint her at all. She said it's starting to become like a toxic cult, and then you guys proved her right. I'm just saying, like, you should have thought about that. You know, like, how do I say this? I feel for our sister, Dina Tokio. I really do. I can only imagine like the pressures that she had to endure to live a life that, or live a way of life, or live a certain style of life that she did not feel that she wanted, or she's had enough of whatever she was going through. Now, I'm not here by no means to bash our sister in Islam, because I'm not about that. But I am going to say a few truths that are going to upset some of you that are watching this. First of all, sorry to say, but she is kind of right. And like I said just a moment ago, you all proved her right. Like, I don't understand, like, people in general, their sick obsession with proving people right when it comes to like negativity. You know, oh, you know, these people, they're like this, and then you all start acting like that. Is there any progress? There is none. I did watch the 1 hour long video. I took some notes on that, and I thought it was quite interesting. Now, I do believe that there is a very big societal pressure in the Muslim community to wear hijab, or not wear it, or wear it a certain way. And if you don't wear it this way, then you're not cool, and you can't stay with us, you can't talk to us, you know, or you have to wear this, but you have to act like this and be like this. You can't just be yourself. Like, as Muslims, it comes down to your behavior. Bottom line. You know, everyone wanted to say at one point, oh, it's whatever's in the heart. Everything matters if it's in the heart. But most of you out there, your hearts are black. As in, just no good. Your intentions are so sour. Like, I'm so disappointed in the Muslim community. I'm so disappointed. And I just made a video about how enough is enough. Like, I'm just so done. I've had enough with all this toxicity. And yet here we are, once again, with more of it. So, you know, you at the end of the day, you only have yourselves to blame when bad things happen to you, and you do things that are bad in general. Like, blame yourselves, please. She said a lot of truths people were not ready to hear. A lot of truths. And you all reacted in a negative way, of course, because a lot of you are in denial. You want to act like there's no cliques involved in the Muslim community. You like, I'm highlighting right now negative things that need actually to be changed. But no one wants to do it, because I have my own personal hijab story. And I would say before Ramadan, the one that just passed, I was really considering removing everything, just like Dina Tokio, just like her, because I was also equally sick and tired of how people acted in hijab, and I didn't want to be associated. I was going to be Muslim, of course. I'm still very practicing as a Muslim, but I did not want to be associated because of people's bad behaviors, because of, you know, the things that they do with while they're wearing it. You know, the way they would treat me if they knew what my cultural background was. I just was so sick and tired. I was going to really take it off. People making takfir on me, subtle takfir, you know, but they're still doing it. You know, sisters, they were so sweet, but they were so frightened by the way of my appearance because they thought that I was one of those NIQABIs, one of those people, you know, that came up and out of nowhere and just judged them, and, you know, or I was afraid to have NIQABI friends or befriend anyone or be friendly towards. Like, I just stayed away from people with niqab because, you know, they really rub people off the wrong way. Now, I've met some and I've changed my views, and I now understand. It took me some time to understand that, you know what, maybe just where you are, your entourage is just really, really bad. Maybe the people in that community, in that area, maybe because they're so used to being in that kind of toxicity, that kind of, gotta get yourself away. So yeah, I did shut myself off from the world for a long, long time. And, you know, it's just interesting how many people out there would have just loved for me to fall so hard on my face. You know, they would just relish. They would just, their eyes would roll back in like ecstasy if someone falls on their face, instead of lending them a helping hand and be like, hey, you okay? Sis, you gonna make it? I had one sister in my life. She doesn't even wear hijab. One sister in my life, and she's like, you know what, Dunya? I hear what you're saying, but there's no point in really going backwards. We will move forward in life. You know, like, sure, you're surrounded by a lot of people that dress like you, but they're nasty people. They don't think like you. They don't act like you. You know, they really do things that's really just not Islamically correct. Why don't you show people the right way? Why don't you show them that just because you dress like this doesn't mean you need to be so hard-hearted? And, you know, she is my saving grace in that way. You know, I really appreciate her because she helped me think, and I was going crazy on my own with a lot of issues. And I really wish, like, I don't want to get emotional about this. I just really wish that the Muslim community could be like my one sister that was sent to me by Allah. I really, really do. I wish that you could be like that for other sisters out there who might be falling off. Why don't you help catch them? It's not what Islam teaches us, to help each other, to not like essentially step on the next person. You know, some people might cry for help in a very different way because they're going through something. Why don't you help them? Oh, because it would never happen to you? One day, it might just happen to you. And you better pray really, really, really hard that someone will be there for you in a way that you were not there for our sister Dina tonight or these past couple of days. Like, I cannot express the disappointment. And it's okay to say, I've had enough. It's okay to just take a step back and have to heal yourself mentally. It's okay to say, you know what? My iman is being affected by what I'm doing in the Muslim community while wearing hijab. Maybe I need to step back. Maybe I need to reprocess and rethink. Why am I doing what I'm doing? Am I doing it for the sake of Allah, or am I doing it to gain praise from people? Like, I don't know what's going on in everyone's head, but have you ever thought, take like I'll say 5 minutes. No, that's too much for you. We'll say 2 minutes, sit back and think, you know what? She must be going through something really, really difficult. Or, you know, that other sister or that brother over there, they might be going through something so difficult. Have you ever considered helping them? No. You'd rather sit there and, yay, I'm so much better. Disgusting. I want to remind you all that Dina Tokio is like a pioneer for the Hijabi blogger community. She paved the way for all of you to even be seen. She helped other people under her. And yes, okay, the hijab was not correct. But a lot of you that are coming for her dressed like her or worse. And for those that, oh no, I don't dress like her, you're doing things that are bad also. Look at yourself in the mirror. How about you start there? When you point one finger forward, guess what? 3 fingers are pointing back to you. Okay? And everyone who came for her and said all those nasty things, doesn't matter if you're a brother or a sister in Islam, like, Judgment Day is going to be so great for her. Like, you guys really took all of her bad, like, sins away. Really. Someone asked me today, like, how do you feel about people who remove their hijab? I'm like, I don't feel anything. Like, I feel sad, but I want to know what's going on in their lives. And she's like, oh yeah, because I heard something. I'm like, I heard something, like a little buzz about, like, Dina Tokio, and you know, is this what you're talking about? She's like, yeah, I'm just hearing like so much stuff. People are messaging me and everything. I'm like, it's been long overdue. I don't know. Like, I became Muslim around the same time when her channel started like popping, you know, and I could see that she was slowly like regressing and transitioning out of wearing hijab. So for me, I'm just like really happy and proud that she's finally living her truth and she's being true to herself. Like, I can imagine like the big weight that's been lifted off of her chest. You know, have you ever just stopped and just made dua for her and see like what's going on in her life? May Allah make it easy for her. Have you ever done that? Have you done that for anyone? Like, genuinely? No, probably not. Wow. Like, I don't agree with the hijab trend going on. Even before I was wearing niqab, I just didn't agree with it. I just don't. I'm gonna tell you right here, right now. And it's okay. You can come for me in the comments. It is not Islamically correct. And you know it. And you do not want to admit it. But it is. Period. Okay? I find myself never allowed to comment on anyone's dress code because of the way that I'm dressed. Oh, you don't have a say because, you know, you're already covered head to toe, or you're extreme, or you're this. Okay. But I'm gonna still tell you the truth. It's not proper hijab. So all of you out there who came for Dina, go look at yourself in a mirror and look at like, how do you dress? Go look at your Instagram pictures. Are they even appropriate? Go look at the way you talk. Is that appropriate? Like, hijab is more than just your covering. Like, do you even pray? Let's start there. Do you make wudu properly? Do you eat halal meat? Like, there are so many things that you need to, like, so much correction on. And I speak for myself. But I'm not coming for people when I know I have skeletons in my closet. I'm just saying, you need to go and sort your stuff out. You need to get your poop in a group, okay? And, like, mind your business, really. Like Dina is so nice. She's so nice. She went out of her way to explain herself to you and give an explanation when she really didn't have to do that. She's such a sweetheart. You know, she's a mom. She has a couple kids. She has a newborn. You know, her hormones are going all over the place. And she still, like, has her thoughts together. You guys better sit down. You better sit down. Do I agree with a Muslim sister removing her hijab? You know what? That's for her and Allah. As far as I'm concerned, there's no compulsion in religion, not in Islam. So that's for her and Allah to deal with. You know, like her putting on her hijab or removing it is not going to affect where I'm living. It's not going to affect the food that I eat. It's not going to affect the way that I dress. It's not going to affect the way I think. It's not going to affect my pocket, meaning financially. It's not going to hurt me in any which way. So I'm good. It's not going to affect my iman. And I know a lot of you feel, oh, it's going to affect this other person's iman. But you guys are listening to like all these non-Muslim like hip hop artists. I'm pretty sure it will not affect you. I'm just saying. Pretty sure it's not going to affect you. And if you say, yes, it is. Oh my God, if Dina couldn't do it, then I can't. Like, sis, you need to stop and really go do some soul searching. If someone else's actions are going to change yours in such a negative way. Like, I don't mean to laugh, but you might need to go talk to someone and really figure yourself out and your life out, because you shouldn't be living vicariously through someone else. And, you know, that's like idolization, which is not permitted in Islam. But did Dina Tokio really prove a point about how, you know, the hijabi community is becoming a toxic cult, obsessed, entitled, you know, are like, why are you really wearing hijab? Is it for fashion? Is it to look so hot when you go out? Because you can look nice going out. There's nothing wrong with looking nice. But why do you wear it? Like, if you're out there with your hair showing outside of your hijab and coming for Dina, guess what, guys? Go look at her previous videos. Like, I'm talking about at least a couple years ago. I'm going to say a good 4 years ago. Like, that was the start of her progression to removing the hijab. And if you come for somebody, like, who sinned, and you think that you're better than them, I wouldn't do that, because you might just commit that same sin. So you better just pray and make dua that Allah protects you from that. And one little side note, before I started doing YouTube and all that stuff, like, I am genuinely afraid that my hijab will start coming off, because a lot of hijabis out there who started off with good intentions, you know, they started removing their hijab, or their hijab started to change. So, like, I think that at the end of the day, we should just mind our own business, and instead of stomping on someone who's might be going through something, maybe help them up, you know? Or is that only reserved for non-Muslims and reverts? I don't know. You know, just take care of yourselves out there. If any of you out there are really going through a hard time, like, don't be afraid to seek help. I would not say just go directly to your friends, because a lot of the times your friends are your number one haters. I'm just gonna say it like it is. You know? Go get some real professional help. Go speak to somebody who is a guidance counselor, or go see someone who is a Muslim therapist who can help you. Like, how many minutes am I? Oh my God. Like 20 minutes. But when it comes to hijab, I always have to find myself explaining and apologizing for my appearance to Muslim people. So I'm just going to say this so that all of you can, like, understand that each one of us, everyone watching this video, Muslim or not, you are on your own individual spiritual journey. Okay? And on that journey, there are different levels. And those levels are not in alignment with anyone else. So you can't look at me and say, wow, she's so religious. I'm the first to tell you that I'm not so religious. I'm practicing, alhamdulillah. You know, may Allah guide me and us all, ameen. But to say that I'm like so religious, I don't like that word. Because the people who call themselves so religious are the worst people out there. Just saying. And I don't want to associate myself with that. But everyone is on their own level. It doesn't mean that you are beneath or above. You know, you're not left to the person, right to the person. You are on your own level. Okay? So you need to respect yourself and tell yourself, you know what? This is the pace that I can go at. Be honest with yourself. Sister Dina Tokio was honest with herself. And she was honest with you as well. Like, what would have happened, honestly speaking, what would have happened had she had decided to dress like me? You know what, guys? I'm just not happy dressing the way that I'm dressed. You know, I just feel so much pressure from everyone, but really I just wanted to wear niqab. That's all I want. I really couldn't care. I can leave all of this behind me. I just want to wear niqab now and just live life. You still would have came for her neck. So it doesn't matter. Whether she smiled, frowned, you know, lifted one side of her face or made the other side droop down, like, it doesn't matter. You still would have came for her. And you know why? Because you're sick. You feel good about people that fall. Like, straight up. You feel that by putting out someone else's light, it makes your light shine brighter. But in reality, it doesn't. Okay? Maybe her light just blew out. Maybe she needed someone to light her up again. But instead, you guys like just chopped her little candle off and just like threw her. And then y'all came for her with your pitchforks and torches and baskets of tomatoes, you know? People cry for help in different ways. Yet you all want to sit there and be like, well, they didn't say I need help. One day you'll be in that position, crying for help in a completely different way. And no one will be there for you. As a matter of fact, they're stepping on your face and relishing over the fact that you've fallen. How's that sound? You like that? Well, you better bring that same energy when it happens to you. That's right. You better bring that same energy when it happens to you. Now, I'm not wishing ill on you, but as Muslims, we truly believe that the good you put into the world is the good that comes back to you. And the bad and evil that you put into the world is exactly what's coming back to you. Kind of like karma, you know? Which sucks. So, you guys need to get it together. This video is getting hella long, and it is very late. But, you know what? I'm not here to say that I'm better than anyone. I just want to provide very, very, very simple understanding. Put yourselves in other people's shoes. You know, you're not the Billy Button of the world. I myself included, I'm not perfect. But I'm not going to come for somebody the way you guys came for her. She did not hurt you. She did not personally hurt you. She didn't come for your mom, your dad, your sister, your family, nobody. She didn't come for no one. She just wanted to say, hey guys, I'm good. And you know what? This is how I feel. She is not far from the truth. Let's just leave that there. All right? Assalamu alaikum. Bye-bye.